Hello to those listening. This is an orator here with the freest of speech. And this time, I would like to talk about why those who are in favor of gun control seem to consistently keep losing. And the reason that I see that they keep losing is because they do not control the debate. You see, whenever some tragedy happens, the first thing people start talking about is we need to ban some type of firearm, or we need to make it purchasable. The thing is, every time they do this, they walk right into the hands of the NRA and people who are their opponents. Their opponents' main line is always people want to ban guns. They're coming for your guns. The slippery slope argument. First they come for this gun, then they come for another. And they fall into this trap every time. And it really should not ever happen. See, tactically speaking, banning a gun does not make things like mass shooting stop happening. Whether you have a semi-automatic weapon like an Uzi or a type of assault rifle, or you have two pistols that have 12 or 13 round magazines, you can still do damage. The one thing about humans are we are very good at killing things. We're very good at this. So those who are for Pacific gun control don't need to argue that this is a magic pill that can stop this. They need to argue about trying to make it as difficult as possible for a person to engage in this behavior if they so choose. Now, the first thing I would say would be not to argue to get rid of anything. Because again, like I said before, the minute you say we want to ban something, you initiate the slippery slope argument on the other side that has been in place for years. First they'll come for this, and then they'll come for this, and blah blah blah. What you need to do is eliminate the functionality. It's the semi-automatic function that allows one person to do so much damage so fast. So if you want to try to mitigate this, argue about b- making it illegal to sell semi-automatic weapons. And I know you may be saying to yourself, wait a minute, doesn't this still leave them open to this argument? This is, well, no, because you have to add this part to it. You add this part that says that if a person chooses to make their gun semi-automatic, they must get the materials to make this possible from the company who created the gun. So that even if you're a person who says I want to commit some kind of massacre, you then will have to wait a little bit longer to actually perform it, and at the same time it will give the manufacturers a little more pause because there's an instances in which they themselves could be legally culpable. So if you can get this through, people can still have their AR-15s and all their fun assault rifles. They just have to pull the trigger more because gun companies will not want to take that risk. That's step one. And then step two, with the invention of lots of different types of guns, smart gun technology, you have the potential to, if you want to change the way people buy guns, to promote those, and you promote those guns to people with children, people who want the security, air quotes, that comes with a gun, but the safety of knowing that even if the gun is loaded and on the coffee table, the child cannot actually make the gun fire, therefore making it a goddamn paperweight. Now you will hear when it comes to smart gun technology that people from the NRA and the gun manufacturing lobbies will always turn around and say these are people they're trying to get rid of all guns because there will be no longer these classic guns around. Well, that's not what you'll be advocating for. You're just saying we're trying to promote a safer gun for parents to try to keep down tragedy. And using these two aspects, what you will accomplish is you get your, instead of you going to your opponent's side by saying we want to ban the gun and then you're stuck in their side of the debate. Now your opponent has to come to your side of the debate. Now, though, now the pro gun people have to argue why a person needs to be able to fire 3 to 5 rounds per trigger pull. Anybody who's ever been hunting knows you don't use something like that to hunt. Now people on the opposite side have to argue against the free market system of we should not make these things sellable or promote them because we believe it's going to hurt the market. Because most people know the one thing that old money fears is new money, and slave gun technology would be new money. Old money don't want to deal with that. So that's pretty much the way I see it. Why those who are pro gun control or gun regulation, whichever you want to call it, are losing. Because every time they start from the opponent's side. This way, just using these two simple little tactics, you now have to force your opponent to come to you to disprove you. Because again, you can no longer go down the line of they're trying to take away people's guns when you say we just want to make guns that are just you pull a trigger, shoot a pistol, no semi-automatic. You bring them back to your side by saying we promoting the new safe gun technology. Why are you against the free market? You can negate a lot of the things they say and force them to your side. And once you've done that, you inherently don't win the debate. This will not give you the victory. What it will do is give people an honest and true debate and give people something to think about. And this was an orator with the fiercest speech. Thanks for listening.